It was a calm afternoon in Arlington, Texas, the kind of day that feels safe. Children played outside. Neighbors went about their routines. Nothing suggested that history was about to change. Amber Hagerman, just 9 years old, was riding her bicycle near her home, enjoying the freedom that comes with childhood. There was no sense of danger, no warning signs, just a normal moment in a normal place. That's what made what happened next so devastating. In a matter of seconds, everything shifted. Witnesses later recalled seeing a man in a pickup truck nearby. At the time, it seemed insignificant, until Amber was suddenly gone. Her bicycle was left behind. Silence replaced laughter. Confusion spread quickly as neighbors realized something was wrong. What started as concern became panic. Parents rushed outside. Names were called. Streets were searched. A peaceful day had ended, and an ordinary afternoon became the beginning of a nightmare no one could have imagined. When Amber didn't return, fear took hold. Neighbors searched nearby streets and empty lots. Every second felt heavier than the last. Calls were made to the police. What was first treated as a missing child case quickly escalated into something far more serious. Officers arrived and began asking questions. Witnesses described what they had seen. Details were unclear, fragmented, and terrifyingly incomplete. A vehicle, a man, a moment too fast to stop. As the sun began to set, urgency increased. Search teams were organized. Flashlights cut through the fading light. Helicopters circled overhead. The community came together, united by fear and hope. No parent wanted to believe the worst. Everyone held on to the idea that Amber would be found alive, that this would end with relief instead of heartbreak. But as the hours passed, that hope grew fragile. The night brought uncertainty, and with it, the terrifying understanding that time was running out. The search expanded beyond the neighborhood. Law enforcement worked through the night. Volunteers joined at first light. Fields, waterways, abandoned areas. Nothing was left unchecked. Dogs were brought in. Air support scanned from above. Every potential clue raised hope. Every dead end crushed it. Tips poured in from people who wanted to help, who believed they might know something. Each call was carefully logged. Each lead investigated. Families across the country began paying attention. News spread quickly. Parents hugged their children tighter. Communities everywhere felt the fear ripple outward. If this could happen here, it could happen anywhere. Then came the moment no one wanted to face. The search reached its heartbreaking conclusion. Hope turned to grief. Questions multiplied, and a family's world collapsed. But even in that moment, the search for truth had only just begun. Amber's case quickly became national news. People wanted answers. How could someone vanish in broad daylight with witnesses nearby? How could there be so few clues? Investigators worked tirelessly. Witness statements were reviewed again and again. Sketches were released. Vehicles were traced. Thousands of tips flooded in from across the country. Some leads seemed promising. Some suspects drew attention. But none led to an arrest. Each time hope rose, it fell again. Evidence existed, but not enough to close the case. As weeks turned into months, the fear was replaced by frustration. The case refused to fade from public memory. It lingered, unfinished, unresolved, deeply unsettling. This wasn't just a crime anymore. It was a question mark hanging over an entire nation. Time moved forward, but the case stayed behind. Detectives revisited evidence. Technology improved. DNA testing advanced. Old files were reopened with renewed hope. New theories emerged. Old ones were challenged. Some suspects were ruled out completely. Others remained unanswered possibilities. The truth stayed hidden, locked behind time and silence. Cold cases don't go quiet easily. They stay alive because someone refuses to stop asking questions. And this case, more than most, refused to be forgotten. For Amber's family, time did not heal. It only deepened the need for answers. Justice delayed felt like justice denied. And yet hope, quiet but persistent, remained. Though the case remained unsolved, it sparked change. Out of tragedy came action. Law enforcement recognized the need for faster communication when children go missing. A nationwide alert system was created, one designed to spread information immediately, mobilize communities, and save lives. It carried Amber's name. Today, millions of children have been recovered because of that system. Her story became a warning and a safeguard, a reminder that minutes matter. But legacy does not replace justice. It only strengthens the call for it. Cold cases are not just about the past. They're about responsibility, about refusing to let time erase truth. Somewhere, someone knows what happened. Somewhere, a secret remains. Advances in technology continue to offer hope. Investigators still receive tips. The case is still open, still waiting. Remembering Amber is not about reopening wounds. It's about honoring a life and demanding accountability. Because forgetting is the one thing that must never happen. Decades later, one question remains unanswered. Who took Amber Hagerman? And will justice ever come? This story is told not for shock, but for truth. To remind the world that some stories are unfinished, and some voices still deserve to be heard. Cold cases do not belong to history, they belong to the present, until answers are found. And until that day comes, the question remains.